When we last left our hero Zelda, he was spending my money, being a nuisance, and, well, not fighting that well, but you know, I'm willing to look past all of that. I'm willing to look past this impossible to get piece of heart, because we're at least almost done with the game. We got those 2 medallions out of the 3 that they were asking us to get, and I mean, that's pretty good progress, man. There's a big empty status bar, like it seems like you can get a bunch of items, but I haven't gotten like more than 2 or 3 of them. But you know, big whoop. You know? Well, who gives a shit? That's my philosophy. Who cares about anything? That's the healthy way to live. And what do we have in here? Some skulls were adorning this place, and there's some happy tribesman. I don't know what the fuck he wants, but he'll tell us the future, I guess. Who cares? You dick. That was half of the money I had left. Jesus Christ! Oh, the Master Sword isn't gonna harm the wizard's body. Well, good, I'm glad I'm off getting it. I'm glad that... Who gives a shit? Fucking worthless. Oh my god, who cares? I think I'd figure that out if I hit him with the fucking Master Sword and it didn't work. I wouldn't hit him with it again. Thanks for the 20 rupee charge for that golden gem of information, you horse's ass. God damn. This game is all about wasting my money, my time, and my dignity. You know what? At least now we can finally swim. That's okay by me. That gives us some shortcuts to take, as to the Pegasus boots, and I'm gonna do something that I never fucking knew how to do as a kid. I had to look this up, and I'm actually kind of ashamed that I had to do that. But I never fucking would have figured it out. But you see, these little stones are a little clue here. See that grave? And you charge into it, and that doesn't do anything, so you pull on it, it doesn't do anything either. So you push it, you fall into the grave, and you die. And you get buried alive. Except that you don't, and you get to chill out in this little place that we were at. Remember this place? And I said the fucking I don't remember what I said, who cares. But when I was a kid, I just thought you were supposed to get bombs, and then you could do this, but since I didn't have bombs, it was impossible. But check that shit out. You don't even need bombs, you can charge into that wall. I don't fucking know why this one wall you can charge into. It doesn't really make any difference, but it gives you bombs, and it gives you arrows. But more importantly, it gives you 300 rupees. Probably because around this time, it expects you to go buy those godforsaken fucking flippers. Or maybe talk to that idiot fortune teller who gives us worthless information. And fucking rats. Hate them. I'm doing Hyrule a service by cleaning this goddamn place out. And they're doing nothing but suggesting absurd things like saving them. Complete horse shit. I'm a busy elf man. And don't forget, I think it's this one that we pull. We don't pull the fucking snake switch. Get out of here. We're doing alright. We're right back where we started this whole thing. What does Zelda 2 have to say? Alright. How dare you. Getting the fuck out of here before I hear more of your fucking worthless information. It's all garbage. I went to a fortune teller who was worthless. He didn't tell me a goddamn thing. That fool. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. All these people are a bunch of fucking rip-offs. I would call this place low rule. Because you can't lowball them, because they're always fucking taking my goddamn money. But I gotta live with that. This game kinda takes some of your money sometimes, but life will go on, you know? It's all bullshit. That's what you gotta remember. There you go, kill that green guy, and what does it say? Without permission, who cares? Well, I'm afraid to tell you guys, but the king's dead, so, I really don't give a fuck what he thinks. He's not really thinking anything, because he's a bunch of bones. I just fell into his grave, and I'm gonna take that as a sign he's A-okay with me going into Death Mountain. I'm actually kind of curious, though, like, what that sign's purpose would be in a gameplay standpoint. Like, is that to let you know that this is Death Mountain? Maybe it's to let you know that the king would have to oversee someone going in because this place is so dangerous, and it's to let you know, well, this is where shit gets real. Do you think there's actually some stupid kid out there who like thought that you had to go talk to a king or something like that? Because I would really hope not. And now, instead of talking with the king, though, we get to talk with this old man. I don't really know why. Like, I know to not step on the holes, sir. Jesus. This game really enjoys the whole escort mission thing. I mean, I understand it in the first part. It's to kind of tell you, this is how to do things, this is where you do things. It solves some of the puzzles for you, I suppose. This I don't really understand. Like, I think it's just to dump a bunch of fucking expository dialogue on you. And I already told you, I don't care about the plot to this game, like, at all. Oh my god, with your granddaughter, who cares? Yeah, that's very interesting, thank you. Okay, cool. Let's go, we have bats to kill. This isn't like a difficult cave. He lets you know how to get out, which is fine. But again, I really think this is just a way for them to explain, like, well, this is what things are going on, and blah blah blah, and I understand that they have to do that, because that's sort of that's the appeal of this series to a lot of people, I'd imagine. It's just something that I've never cared about, so it's just something that fucking I skip as much as possible. And I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind, whatever, I don't care, I'm tired. Please, just... Alright, a mirror. Alright, got it. I'm sure I won't be using this in the next 4 minutes. This feels kind of... It's kind of easy. Like, they just give the thing... Alright, spoilers, but you're going to be using this really quickly. And I kind of wish there's a more natural way for you to receive this. They really improve on this in Link Between Worlds. Just go play it, I'm not gonna fucking explain that. But he heals you, that's nice. I wouldn't usually go back in and talk to this guy, but there's also more bats. And I mean, how could I not show you that? You must have been fascinated. You were wondering, what's in this doorway? There's gotta be some more bats. We didn't see enough bats, you know? That's okay. Because not just bats, but another part of this cave that he can't help us through. So we're going to have to use our intuition and realize that if there's nothing at the end of a part of a hallway, that probably means that there's something at another end of a hallway. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't. I've long since stopped caring. But this is a big place, Death Mountain. It's a dungeon, sure, but there's more to it than just that. Like, you have to go over here. And what do we see over here? An empty fucking bridge. Do not charge off of that, Zelda. Come on. You gotta keep your wits about you. We can't just go dashing around willy-nilly. I don't like these rocks at all. They just bum me out. I haven't been on a mountain in several years, but I don't recall a bunch of rocks falling on me. It might have happened and I just forgotten, but granted, I don't fucking know. I have, again, like, this is all unique to me. I've never been to Hyrule. It might be a really nice place, I don't know. And another heart piece that's impossible to get. But jump down from here if you would like, and you can go into a doorway. It's really interesting stuff. Why would you want to go in here, you must be asking yourself. Well, probably. So you can go up these stairs. And you know how much I like going upstairs. If you give me an opportunity to go upstairs, I'll always do it. And you get a piece of heart. Good. Just wanted to talk to you. I should probably stop answering these, because I appreciate what this guy has to say. He is informing us of what to do. I don't really need his help. I'm doing this as a courtesy to you, because I know that if I was watching this and somebody passed one of those by, I'd be like, well, what did he have to say? Maybe he, like, said something really funny. But he never does. He just talks. He has a weird shaped head. And that's all he ever has to say. Sassarella, kind of disappointed in you, dog. But you know, that's okay. We have a little more to do before. And see, this is the down spot. Like, this is where that fucking piece of heart was if I hadn't jumped. But I don't know. Nobody really gives a shit about that, I'd imagine. I just wanted to show you. I don't know what the fuck I'm showing you, but now I'm a goddamn rabbit. What the hell is going on? What kind of fucked up game is this? I don't get it. But then a unicorn man is apparently... He's really pissed off about something. And Kirby's down there about... I don't know what the fuck his deal is. I don't know what the fuck's going on at all. It's just a weird-ass game, I'll tell you. The guy's really happy for getting the shit kicked out of him all his life. He's alright with himself. He just looks pretty chill. Now, I don't necessarily understand, though. Like, they're telling me... They're saying Zelda... Okay, I already heard what you had to say. They're saying that Zelda's always thinking about rabbits, I guess. I don't know if that's just a part of how he does things. I don't get it. But there you go. That's how you got this piece of heart. And keep moving, or else if you're on that little sparkly thing, you're gonna go right back to that horrible world they just transported us to. You don't want that. That's bad news bears. But instead we go into this massive palace, which is actually like really cool design-wise. Because it looks really imposing. It looks like, yes, this is where you would go if you went to a fucking place called Death Mountain. This is probably what you could expect. But I would like to say that the fucking blue-brown switches here, I really like this. It's an interesting gimmick. It's very, very simple, but it's also incredibly well done. It works very well because it's really very straightforward. It's when the brown blocks are up, the blue blocks are down. And that's fucking cool. They do really cool things with it. Like right now they're already getting things started. You can already kind of see how to do it. And I like that. I like that a lot. There are a lot of little puzzle aspects in this game, and that's one of the most... I think that's one of the smartest ones in the whole game, because it's not complicated, and really it just makes you think about how you do things. It's, I don't know, it's really fucking cool. It's one of my favorite things about this game. It's a silly little touch, but I love it. Honestly, I don't play a whole lot of Zelda stuff, so it's still fucking fun, and I like it a lot, but, you know, when tiles are flying at you, just fucking run around, or put your sword out. Again, like, why did I think this was so goddamn hard as a kid? I don't know. Maybe I just thought that... I don't know if I even remember it being, like, hard. I just remember not liking it, and honestly, I don't really like it now either. I think it's kind of tedious, because I know what to do. I get it, but it's like, after you've broken about 6 tiles, you kind of get the gist of it. And I don't know if I'm imagining things. Well, I'll get to that in a second. First, we have to fight these worm monsters, and apparently your boomerang isn't going to do shit to them, so you gotta just stick with the sword. You can also use bombs and arrows. We tested that in that one room off in the middle of nowhere where the guy just gave us a bunch of rupees because we found him, I guess. God damn. These skeletons... Skeletons in video games only throw bones. They don't do anything else, and skeletons should be a lot more careful with what they're fucking doing with their bones. That'd be like if you ripped your own fucking arm off and you just threw it all over the place. But we already have the big key, and when I was fucking little, I always got excited for getting the big key early, because I thought that meant, well, man, I'm almost done already. I can get a cool new toy. But now, before we fucking deal with all that, look at these tiles. I think they look like a skull. You look at it and you tell me if you agree. Maybe they're supposed to. Maybe this game is actually part of the Illuminati lizard conspiracy or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they wanted to and what the fuck? I leave the room, and then they do the fucking tile puzzle over again. That is absurd. I did it once. I already know how to do it again. I think that's so dumb. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it again. I don't... Whatever. Who cares? It just seems a little unnecessary. And these fellas, kind of annoying, because you bounce back whenever you hit them, and the whole point is that they're usually in rooms where there are holes, so you don't want to bounce yourself into the holes, so be careful. But the idea then is that you don't want to hit them with the sword. You usually want to try and use the better item. Usually the arrows are kind of good, or maybe bombs or something. I forget exactly what's the best. I don't make super great use of my items usually. I just kind of stick with the sword. I'm typically... It just seems unnecessary to pop out the bombs for these stupid elephant-looking things. Are they supposed to be elephants? I don't know. I don't know animals very good. You know, you don't really need to know animals to do okay in this dungeon. You just gotta kill worms, save the princess or whoever, and stop being a rabbit. Those are your main goals in Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And that's okay. I think those are admirable goals. Killing worms is very important to the ecosystem. There's too many of them already, especially spiky worms. They're bad news. And we got the compass, thank God. Who knows what we would be able to do without a compass? That's kind of like the Triforce of every dungeon. You gotta get the map, you gotta get the big key, and then you gotta get the compass. Well, you don't have to get any of those except for the big key. Speaking of the big key, we needed to get that treasure over there. I'll show you how to get that in just a second. Don't worry about it. I know you're very concerned. You probably don't know how to solve this 23-year-old puzzle either, but that's okay, because we're going to get all of these pots and throw them, which is also very important. I need to quench my fucking autism by making sure I destroy all those pots. That's okay. Fucking... Who cares about any of this garbage? So how in the world do we kill these monsters? Well, we hit them with the sword, and then usually that works. And there's a red one, and I gotta tell you, red is always the worst, because the red kind, they're stronger, and they take more hits. And you see this? I've hit him like infinite times by now. He should be dead, but he's alive, and it's bad for me, because I have to keep fucking hitting him. Why doesn't he just die? And so I'm gonna leave a bomb for him. That'll teach him. Walk in the bomb, you dick! That didn't do a thing. Let's try some arrows. But I can't hit him because he's too... Well, we'll go back to bombs. There, and it stunned him! Isn't that great? Well, don't... Maybe the arrows were a poor idea. I just said I didn't remember what worked on them. Well, clearly the fucking arrows don't. But now, let's turn on the star power or whatever and fall down the top of this. I think that you have to fall down the top section of that, because I've fallen down that before, and when it was like on the bottom section of it, I landed on those stars and I didn't get to that side of the treasure chest. I don't know if that's actually a thing. I don't know if maybe that actually happened or if I'm just stupid. But I recall it happening, probably. So here we are. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't give a fuck. Now let's bomb these walls, see what we get. Absolutely nothing. I don't know why they're there. Probably just to make you waste some bombs. And you can't charge into them like we did in the fucking palace. So I guess they're not that broken of walls. Makes me sad. I'm actually not entirely sure why they would have those there at all, but we have a bunch of hearts. That sounds good to me. Now we're gonna go meet Baphomet, it looks like. But it is not Baphomet. It is actually a giant spiky worm. You had to be prepared for this one. This is actually kind of an I wouldn't say annoying boss fight, but it's challenging. Not necessarily for the right reason, I think. Because there isn't very much damage. Like, he's not going to damage you very much. This guy's name is Moldrom, by the way. I'm sure you cared. But that's what happens. He doesn't damage you. He just knocks you back down and resets all the damage that you've done to him. He doesn't take a whole lot, but he also starts to get faster the more and more you hit him. I'm not sure how I really feel. I don't really like that very much. I think he's an okay boss, but there's really no challenge to him other than just making sure you don't get hit into the pit. Like, he's very unlikely to actually kill you. Because he just hits you into the pit, and then you go, and there's all of those pots had hearts underneath them, so you're rather unlikely to run out of them. And honestly, I think it makes sense. Like, as you see, obviously, you hit his tail, but none of the items seem to have an effect on him other than the sword. That's okay, too. I don't really mind that, because it'd feel kind of cheap if you could just lay a bomb and hit his tail. Because I think that was supposed to hit his tail if it could damage him, but I don't know. I never, like, memorize hitboxes or anything fucking stupid like that. I usually just do my best and be careful, because he's clearly moving rather aggressively. Jesus Christ, that was close. But we got him. He's done for. I like his dumb googly eyes. Thank fucking God, though. That could have turned shit. But we have the third medallion. That should be the end of the game after we go get the Master Sword and fight some wizard guy. And we're close, man. And we are very wise. How else do you gain wisdom? You don't go to school, you don't read books, you fucking fight worm monsters. That's a little tip from me to you. Put that one in your pocket, man, because that's a big one. Before we go, though, what do we have? Bunch of gobbledygook. Hold on a second, though. I brought this translation. I don't have the Master Sword, so this is worthless to me. But, you know what? That's okay. We're going to take a break for now. We'll be back later. Take it easy. Go fight some worms, all smart, and have a good night.